sides to choose, just truth to speak. We lift the voices they try to keep weak. From indie halls to the bright lit stage. Every fan, every fight, every era, every age. This ain't war, it's a brotherhood, a safe space for all, like it always should. No gatekeeping, no divide. We stand together with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you. Where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. No tribal lines, just respect me and you. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Kicking out at 2 intern Ace Finley here. And before Michael and Tori hit the ropes and dive into the latest in the world of wrestling, let's tag in one of our show's partners, W Energy. If you're looking to fuel your grind, whether it's late night booking sessions, streaming, or just surviving Monday, W Energy's got your back. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus. Use code KICKINOUT, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now let's get back to the show.
together with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
He, she's, theys, and all those who slay. If it happened in the ring, backstage, or on wrestling Twitter, we're talking about it from bell to bell. I'm Michael, and with me is the queen of clean finishes but very dirty sarcasm, Tori herself. Hey, Tori.
That works. Sorry, I sound terrible. I'm still fighting something.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here. For everyone, I did not make her be here. She chose it. I did say I would get a filler if we had to, but she's here, and we love that she's here. Not that we didn't have fun with Stampede last week. That was fun. It was different. Definitely had more knowledge than what we're used to talking about. And made me feel dumb. But we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into the news.
We've got your news by Fightful and Fightful Select, bringing you the latest headlines, insider updates, and everything shaking up the wrestling world this week. Take it away.
Yeah. Kayla Braxton, also known as Kayla Becker, is her natural name. She calls for the Hall of Fame removal of Donald Trump. Former WWE broadcaster Kayla Braxton publicly called for Trump to be removed from the WWE Hall of Fame. Her comments came via Instagram, tying the argument, to the release of the Epstein files. She suggested WWE should make a public leadership statement and revoke his status. Not someone I normally agree with as well, but in this particular case, it's good to bring up the information. Jesse Ventura also recently criticized Trump's Hall of Fame inclusion. Trump was inducted in 2013 in the celebrity ring. He hosted WrestleMania 4 and WrestleMania 5. Ventura was inducted in 2004 after a 15-year wrestling career. Ventura's criticism was that Trump got in for venue business, not for wrestling merit. Another representative of WWE formerly that had some issues to say was Mick Foley, who previously cut ties with WWE over association with Trump as well. This raises the question, is the WWE Hall of Fame political or performance-based? What do you think about this story?
The celebrity wing is absolutely, there's no basis for it. It's this person was involved, so we're going to put them in. I applaud Kayla for taking this step. I agree with her. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. Honestly, I think there should be some other people taken out as well for other reasons, but we won't get into that here. But yeah, obviously, I'm sure at some point OJ was in the NFL Hall of Fame. Now I haven't done the research on this, but has he been taken out of the NFL Hall of Fame? Because you would think
so.
You would think they would. Obviously, if there's something heinous or something that is highly questionable that's done by the person that's in the Hall of Fame, absolutely, the company should have the right.
He's still there.
He's still there. Goodness.
Turn somebody into a human Pez dispenser and still in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
wow.
No, he didn't do it. He just wrote the book that said if he did it, here's what he would have done. It was exactly what he did.
So, spoiler alert,
mm-hmm.
Zarya turned on Sol Ruka. The match with JC Jane was over in seconds.
That's not a big surprise. I think we were all seeing that coming. It's sad, but it means that one of them's probably going to get called up soon, and I'm perfectly fine with either of them. We could even talk about later about an idea that we had because of some recent issues that have happened with the damn Vision, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, absolutely, I do think they should have the right to take individuals out of their Hall of Fame if that's the case. Like, it just makes perfect sense. Why not? So yeah, well, I mean, that's just what we need to go with, I guess. The second story, Liv Morgan actually chose who she's going to be going after. I know you watched Raw last night, at least a little bit. We were talking a little bit about what happened on Raw. I don't think I bought what we were trying to sell there.
I was okay with it because if you look at it, it's a throwback to what happened in the Chamber last year.
Okay.
Because remember, Jade came in and Liv was begging her off.
Yeah.
And then Jade turned and went after Naomi.
So she kind of, okay. Looking at it in that sense, I can kind of get into it.
This is one of those things that context mattered because
Jade did the very similar thing to her, yeah. What do you think of her challenging Stephanie?
I don't care.
Okay.
I love Liv. I could not. The build up to WrestleMania has been trash. They have no creative direction. The fact that we're 6-8 weeks out, I don't care. There's nothing about this show I'm excited about. There's not a thing. They're making a big deal about Punk and Roman. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting. We talked about it a little bit last week when Stampede was here. They are not as invested right now in what is happening at Mania as they were the previous years. Like, we have one thing set up for Mania. That's it. It's just Punk and Roman. That's all we have set up so far. Obviously, now we have, because of that, we know she's going to be facing Stephanie, but aside from that, we don't know what's happening yet. Especially with the people that we have in the elimination chambers. Like, who's going to win those matches? Like, I'd like to say that Cody's kind of a shoo-in for the male one, but with who he's facing,
they're talking about doing like a 5-way for Drew's title.
Yeah,
because nobody cares.
Yeah, it's weird. And then was Jay supposed to be in it? Because he looked very taken out of the match after that injury. Which we'll talk about the injury here in a minute. Yeah, we'll talk about the injury here in a minute because it is one of our stories. But he looked very out of it when that happened. Like he didn't know what to do. And so the question is, like, was Jay even supposed to win? And if that's the case, where was Bronson supposed to be in this? But
I think he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to win that match.
Maybe. Absolutely. WWE content is going to be moving to ESPN. Apparently they were going to start putting already done PLEs, like the ones that are now on VOD, start putting them over on ESPN proper.
So, are we taking them off of Netflix?
Don't know yet. That was not part of the story. That's kind of one of the questions is like, what does this mean for the Netflix era of WWE's distribution? Are we going to start phasing out Netflix then and start putting it just over on the ESPN proper channel? I don't know. They're going to do a test run to evaluate over-the-air viability because obviously ESPN has had some hiccups when it came to some of the live events. So streaming capabilities have been in question. The other thing is they condensed the 2026 Royal Rumble. So they actually did some cutting of the event. That to me is another problem. If you're going to condense the pay-per-view, I don't want you putting it on ESPN. I want to see the whole pay-per-view if I didn't get to see it live. Or if I decide to just go back and watch it. Something I'm sure you'll be very happy with. There is a new documentary coming. And it's about Shawn Michaels' career.
I'm good with that.
Full-length WWE produced documentary. Excuse me. It's going to be featuring new interviews. Documentary. Yeah, tomato. Features new interviews from peers and rivals. It's nearing its premiere. It's produced after years of WWE Network-style content success, so they are going to try to do one about HBK, and I'm good with that. Like it's his whole thing.
There's a lot to his story that definitely makes it interesting between who he was and who he turned into.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting story.
That's some of the questions I have is with it being WWE produced, and we know that they have gone through the process at times of rewriting history. We're going to rewrite some of the history. You've got the redemption of HBK from when he was a horrible human being, according to everybody, even his closest friends, and to who he is now.
According to him, too.
According to him now. At the time, he was just like everybody else's assholes. Will they address the lost smile stuff? Because, the storyline was he just lost his smile, and the real of it is he was drugged out of his mind and decided he didn't want to do it no more. So we're going to get into that stuff. And could this also be a testing documentary? That word. Documentary. To maybe throw some more on Peacock and ESPN of things that, following the people. Obviously, we've got a couple of big retirements that happened here recently. Got the John Cena one, AJ Styles, which just finished up last night, which I think we finally got the answer that we were looking for on what's going to happen with AJ, because that seemed pretty definitive.
I think he's done.
Which I do love the fact that at the end of the night, the graphics go up like it's going to close out. We get Taker coming out, and he's not that great an actor. I love AJ, but he's not that great of an actor. He was surprised which means that they didn't tell him what was going to happen, that he is going to be in the Hall of Fame. I do find it kind of weird that he's not going to be able to headline, because Stephanie's the headline.
I don't know that Stephanie is the headline.
That's what they said. Now, they could change it, obviously.
I know. If you're putting AJ in like this,
Yeah.
Steph opens. Steph's your opener.
I'd be good with that. Yeah.
Open with the big. You should, depending on who else they put in, it should be AJ. AJ should be your. Here's the thing.
Oh, I don't have that anymore. Dang.
Okay.
Sorry. I was going to do it.
If he's done, and they put him in the Hall of Fame, did he sign a new contract?
Signed a Legends deal, probably.
Because if he didn't, he could literally do the funniest shit ever. Get put in the Hall of Fame on Friday and show up at Collision on Saturday.
As funny as that would be, I don't think so. I think he is.
I don't either, but it's there. The option's there.
I will say he's already said something that could get him in a little bit of trouble. He did
said
an
WrestleMania's
interview.
lost its luster.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not. But yeah, so he did an interview for those that didn't get to see it. He did an interview where he was asked, like, why did you pick the Rumble? Why not wait 3 more months and go ahead and go at WrestleMania? And one of the major things, obviously, is because it was important to him because he arrived on Rumble. So, debuted on Rumble 10 years later, almost to the day. Actually, I think to the day, if I read right. 10 years later,
to the day, basically.
He retires at Rumble as well. It's a big deal there. But he said, honestly, like, Mania used to be this big overarching event, and now it's just kind of there. It's lost its luster, which I don't disagree. I still enjoy watching Mania more than I love watching Rumble more than I love watching Mania. So, we definitely have lost a little bit of a step when it comes to Mania.
At this point, Revolution's March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me sad I won't be able to watch it. I'm sorry. I'm more interested in Revolution now than I am Mania. Because at least I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
It's a month out, and I at least have an idea of what some of the cards are going to be. I have no idea what Mania is going to look like. We're 8 weeks out? It's 18th. We're 8 weeks out.
Yep. And we know
just under 8 weeks.
2 matches.
For what is probably a 12 match 2 days.
I'd say 10
we
to 12.
Know
yeah.
2 matches 8 weeks out.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Yeah, it's crazy to even put more into it.
We have pretty much every feud built up going into Mania. It's already either started or you can see it building.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if we get Grande versus Grande, mask for mask. I wouldn't be surprised by that. AJ's going to beat Becky, so we'll get that rematch. I think we get Natalya, Maxine in some kind of stipulation match. Like maybe a submission match. I got nothing. I mean, we have tag champs. I don't know. The Usos have the belt. What are we doing with them? Who has the belt on SmackDown?
It depends, because is Jay going to be in that 5-way that you just talked about?
No.
That's
no.
It's crazy to me, like the build up to Mania. I know we have fun with it when we do the GM mode stuff, right? Of the whole champ thing. I hate that Rhea and Io were in these matches. And I hate that they won the matches. I get that they're headliners. I get that they're big names. But they're already
Io's
a champ.
not in.
Why?
No.
Oh, that's right. Io did lose. That's
Raquel
right.
won.
Yeah.
I see Raquel winning that, and we get Raquel Jade at Mania, and I think Raquel beats her in like 5 minutes.
I actually kind of think it different.
Dang.
At least this is
They
how
put-
I. Go ahead.
They posted a video of Tiffany Stratton watching her entrance on 2K26.
Yeah.
She seems less than excited.
Well, so first of all, it's Diva Daddy that's doing the watch along with her. Wonderful content creator. I've downloaded a lot of his stuff because he's really good at doing the diva stuff.
Who is it?
Diva Daddy on Twitter,
Okay.
and he's one of the ones that got to go to the creator event. They were watching it, and he's like, "What do you think of your hair?" And she was like, "Honestly, it looks kind of ratty." It's like, oh shit. Damn. All right. Well, there you go. She thinks it's ratty. Whichever. All right, moving on. Ring of Honor studio tapings. So Ring of Honor is filming at WJCT Studios in Jacksonville on March 1st. Could become a permanent studio home, which means that we could have some good information coming of them finally getting on TV. That'd be awesome. Previously filmed at Universal Studios, Tony Khan declined WBD Friday 10 p.m. offer in 2024, so they're not doing that. Khan reportedly has very specific valuation for what he wants ROH to do. So,
spoiler alert:
Mhm.
The Vanity Project has defeated Dark State to win the tag titles in NXT
that I already knew.
because of Tony D'Angelo, which I don't hate. He said he was gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that Tony D did it. I hate the Vanity Project. I don't get
They're not. Look,
the
I'm
gimmick.
gonna. Here it is, right here. They're the rockers of this generation.
Ugh. No, I wouldn't say that.
I would.
That might be the Kaientai of this generation.
Nah, 100%. One kid is way more talented than the other.
Well, no, that's no. I just
So
went as far as like
when the split happens, I'm not saying that kid is an HBK level. I'm saying there's a definite talent difference,
Mhm.
and that is why I say that, because they had the tag titles at one point for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then Shawn drops him dead weight.
Well, no, they had it, but that it never got solidified that they were tag champs. The Rockers technically never held the tag belts because it was in a match that they had with the Hart Foundation, and the top rope broke,
Yeah.
and so they couldn't put it on TV. Really messed up.
GCW is coming to the 2300 Arena for one night only in May.
Yeah.
That show's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what this means. Sandman's supposed to have his last match there with the Invisible Man. I don't know what that means. Is he going to be fighting himself? Is it one of those type of gimmicky things? Anyway, so Bronson Reed, we talked about him a couple of times during the news already. Bronson Reed did have an injury scare on Monday night. He was just trying to break up a pin. Not even a big deal, not a big thing he was trying to do, not a big move. He literally just rolled over them to do that, and then unfortunately he tore his bicep. So he's going to be out indefinitely.
It's a freak. It's the same thing as Liv's shoulder. It's a freak accident.
Yeah, just God knows what the hell. I do like the joke. I'm going to go ahead and let you say it if you want to, because you're the one that read it.
Somebody put it on Twitter, so I'm not going to take full credit. But the Vision's new name is The Shelf.
Which is damn, but
they're not wrong.
That's
Between
not
Seth
wrong.
Rollins
No.
and Braun.
Um,
I'm really interested in where we go from here with them. Like what's next?
yeah, I mean, I kind
Down
of
to
wish
Fury and Logan Paul, and nobody cares.
I kind of wish they would not have announced the tear. And then next week, someone jumps him. Because you've got this masked figure thing going on. you can tie the injuries up into this masked figure is taking people out one by one.
I get that. And you could absolutely frame this as something had happened before. They didn't say anything. That's how he was injured originally.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way you could frame this.
I mean, yeah, you could totally Iron Man won this. I mean, 10 movies later, we go back and go, yeah, we meant to do that to get to this. No, you didn't. You hoped that movie made money. And now that it made money, we're going to do something with it. But, hopefully hopefully he recovers quick, but, just unfortunately, he was in the triple threat with Jey Uso and the OG Grande Americano. He just, he dove to break a spot and grabbed his arm. And you could see it when he lifted up his arm. That's why, like, as soon as I saw the replay of it, you can see, like, his biceps just hanging there. And so it's like, yep, you're done. Sorry about you, man. That's rough.
Well, and had it not happened so publicly, I think you could have gotten away with he got jumped. I don't think you can with how it happened.
Yeah.
You couldn't have planned for that. And so I don't think you had any way to sell it like you were saying. The injury was too obvious.
Yeah, it was obvious. I do think with wrestling kayfabe, I think we could have, alleviated our belief for a little bit if they would have somehow tried to tie that into the story. Obviously, it's too late now. We've already done it. They could try to go back and tie it in somehow, but it was so public, and they said flat out, like, he's out indefinitely after that. So I think we're done with that. Speaking of injuries, though, that should be getting better, Xavier Woods did a interview. He said that his shoulder injury should be coming up, healing quick. He's been out on a shoulder injury for the last 3 months. It was in a dark match before the Rumble that happened. Hoping that physical therapy is going to get him to recover quick. He said he should be back soon. So hopefully that means he's going to be back soon. There was also some information that kind of came across with that because of a conversation that an interviewer had with Big E of there was a lot more to that story of them turning heel and breaking up with him. But unfortunately, he's officially retired now, or at least retired for now, according to his words. So that's not looking to come back. However, he's still talking smack, though, because apparently Woods and Kofi had said in an interview that, he seems to have forgotten where he came from. And his response to that was, I would talk more about the New Day if they ever showed up on a pay-per-view. So, still talking smack. Another movie project that's coming up. There's a Mick Foley movie project. Have you heard about that?
Yes, and I saw somebody was tagged to play. Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, is
I'm here for that.
Yeah, it's an interesting poll. It's not.
Stingray's going to be Mick Foley.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that at first, but him saying, "Yeah, he's going to be Mick Foley." Okay, I'm good with that. Apparently, it's going to be a separate biopic situation. Mick Foley also has another movie project in the works. It's just a Hollywood movie, but the biopic is separate from that. He's in the actual Hollywood movie, he may be portraying himself. So it may be one of those where he's just a cameo as Mick Foley in something. So that'd be fun to see. Anytime I get to see Mick on the screen, it's always fun. He's a very fun and interesting dude. Another interesting thing, Rascalz got to keep their theme from TNA. Apparently, there was no added cost. AEW already had that licensed. So I'm not sure how they were using it in TNA.
it was licensed through a previous agreement,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure that there's a certain clause that the Rascalz had. I think it was from ROH or something. It was. I was surprised by it, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart business move, though. It keeps that continuity going of hearing the same theme. I don't know why that's not a more normal thing. Last bit of news: Blake Christian's contract status. He's missing from all roster pages currently. He is confirmed, though, that he is under contract for AEW. Blake Christian.
Oh, okay.
So he's not on anybody's roster page for some reason. But he is there. He is actually signed. So, all right. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and hear about some heels.
Hey, wrestling fans! If you're a woman who loves professional wrestling, you need to check out AEW Heels, the official female-focused online community from All Elite Wrestling. It's a safe space to connect with other fans, share your passion, and build friendships with women from around the world. Members get access to exclusive content, virtual events, Q&A sessions with AEW talent, ticket pre-sales, contests, giveaways, and even in-person meetups at live shows. Led by Amanda Huber and Aubrey Edwards, AEW Heels gives you a place to truly feel part of the AEW family. Don't miss out! Join AEW Heels today and connect with your fellow wrestling fans like never before.
We've got your news by Fightful.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the
Fightful.
news. My bad. Sorry for the headphone listeners. All right. Tori, do you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's time for
Who's better than Canyon?
Who Better. I missed you last week for this. I do this to pop you, and you're not with me. All month long, we've been debating the best African American men, women, and even last week we did tag teams. But to close out Black History Month, we're going to switch lanes, and we're going to talk about presence and power on the microphone.
Okay.
So this is going to be a gauntlet with not just men, not just women, not just tag teams, but even factions, and where we feel like they fall in the idea of how they do on the mic. So once again, we ask the question we have been asking all month about African Americans and how they do in wrestling. Who better? All right. First one, one of the smartest heel talkers of the territory era, Ernie Ladd.
Okay.
Versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca.
Okay. Bianca Belair versus Ron Simmons.
Bianca.
Okay. Bianca.
Ron wasn't bad, but I mean, you basically got known for one word reactionary phrase. Bianca can talk.
Yeah. I would challenge you to go back and listen to some of his old WCW NWA stuff.
I'm sure that they were
on
good,
the mic.
but I'm just what you're known for is that.
All right, Bianca Belair or the New Day.
New Day.
All right.
All
New
three
Day.
of them. All three of them on the mic can stand up with just about anybody.
Absolutely. The New Day and the salmon jacket wearing speech himself, Mark Henry. Hey, Bobby, welcome in.
I love Mark. That actually came up in my memories, getting a picture with him last year. 2 years ago. But I gotta stick with the New Day.
All right.
The
New Day.
retirement swerve was one of the best things ever, but
yeah.
New Day.
Commentary aside, remember this is on the mic as promos. The New Day, Booker T. So I suppose you could use the commentary of him commentating himself as Black Snow.
In
Stomping
TNA,
little
that was
people.
so good.
Black Snow kicks him again.
I think I'm gonna stick with the New Day, but Booker T on a mic was solid. Him commentary as it doing his own beatdown, so good. So good. But I think I got to stick with the New Day.
All right. Then we got the New Day, and this is where unfortunately it might go off the rails because it might be over. The New Day versus The Rock.
New Day.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Look, I'm not going to dispute how quick-witted The Rock was. If you're talking just a full-on, straight-up promo, they weren't that good.
You're not wrong.
He was quick with a shot. He was great at like the little things. But if you're talking in the ring, straight promo with someone, he had a couple of catchphrases. He really wasn't that great in terms of promo work. Like, put him in the ring with anybody, he's not that good.
All right. Then the New Day and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, however you want to say it.
I love Mercedes. I do. I've got to stay with the New Day. Like, the three of them on a microphone was...
Okay. All right. They may run this gauntlet then. New Day versus the Nation of Domination.
It's the New Day.
Okay.
I love the Nation. The Nation was great. But again, we're back to the same thing with The Rock.
Okay. Last matchup then, the New Day and Junkyard Dog.
He was such a good guy. But I still got to sit. Yeah. No, the New Day ran the table from the time they showed up.
All right. Well, that's it then. The final Who Better of Black History Month, Black Voices, Black Legacies, decades of impact. So now it's on you guys. Who ran the mic? Who was the best to ever grab it out of the list we have here? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the VOD comments. Let's finish this month loud with everybody saying, who better? I love doing that. All right. Let's hear a little bit about our media group, Gimmick Table Media.
Don't go anywhere. Ace Finley again, reminding you to check out Gimmick Table Media, a community of creators, streamers, podcasters, and fans from all corners of entertainment. Dive into chats, collabs, and laughs. There's always a spot for you at the table. Catch all our amazing shows, creators, and exclusive content at linktr.ee/Gimmick Table Media.
Yes, if you remember that long link, good on you. If not, it's right over here by my head. Hit that QR code. All right, before we hit the outro, Tori, is there anything you've seen in wrestling over the past couple of weeks since you missed us last week that
I need
to
to go back and watch Swerve Kenny from Dynamite last week. I keep trying to get to it, and it just hasn't happened the last week.
Well, so you didn't see it, but have you heard like the impact of it happening? Okay. Do you want to know anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So apparently he turned heel.
Who?
Swerve. Like, even so much to like Nana was like trying to stop him. So
interesting.
What do you think of him turning heel on just like a random collision?
Look, you put Swerve and Kenny in the ring. First of all, Kenny looks better than he has in years.
Right?
He may look better now than he did when AEW first started.
I think so.
He is on another level. I mean, this is why we say the best bout machine.
Mm-hmm.
You put anybody in there with Kenny, and it's different. I'm good with Swerve turning heel in this situation.
Okay.
I'm definitely interesting. I definitely need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I'll be more interested if we get to see something good happen from it. Because my only concern is we spent that wonderful story time of getting him and Hangman finally on the same page, and then we flipped him back to heel. And to me, that's almost like a Big Show situation of like, well, we need a big heel. And let's switch Swerve. So I'm a little worried about that.
Okay, but you've got to think about it. Swerve broke into his house, yes. Hangman was the face when he burned down Swerve's house.
Yeah.
And that was the switch. Now, Hangman's the face as part of the Trios Champions. Wait, that's not their name. Even though that
Horse.
logo,
Fuck.
like it's everywhere, and it's hilarious. And now Swerve's the bad guy again.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do with this.
I'm interested to see what they do with it. It's just you know my feelings about AEW. I love AEW. I think that as far as match for match, can't be outdone. No one does wrestling like AEW does.
So
their storylines though do fall short sometimes.
At times.
And so my curiosity is, are we going to actually have a good story of him turning heel, or did we just turn him heel because he needed to be a heel?
Right. I'm interested to see what they do with it. So I know we're wrapping up here. We've got about 15 left.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the retirement. We have to talk about the retirement.
Oh, the retirement.
I didn't like it.
Of AJ Styles.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it because you had all of these people there that they kept showing, and you brought none of them out on camera.
Well, no, so they were in that group there.
Yes.
But no, I get what you're saying. There should have been the TNA theme should have came, and then that procession of former TNA talent comes out or something. There should have been some distinction of that.
This is one of those things that I feel like they missed it. You're on Netflix. You have no set time frame. Why are we sticking to this 2.5 hours?
Well, and we proved not having a set time because we had the graphic come up just to swerve everybody with a surprise at the end.
You could have had him come out, done the Hall of Fame thing, which would have been fucking cool.
Yeah.
We're totally not responding to Bobby. I'm so sorry.
I said hi when he came in. I just
noticed it.
Tori's a little under the weather today, Bobby, so we're just kind of going through some of the motions. But
you could have done that, had him get in the ring with the family. Obviously, they know his family.
Right.
First people out should not have been TNA. It should have been the club. The brothers, the Good Brothers and God should have been the first ones out.
Which, side note, good that they showed up though.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
It's one thing to have TNA talent come in. It's another thing to have, the God show up because they are currently WWE talent. But to have the Good Brothers who you just let go,
show up
a couple of months ago, have them
That's
come
what
in
I'm
and
saying.
show up. That was good.
Have them or have just the Good Brothers come in first. Like those were his boys.
Yeah.
They were his boys in Japan. They were his boys. Then have the TNA talent come in. Then have God. Then start bringing in, and it doesn't have to be one at a time.
Yeah. Well, and this is one of those moments
should have been there. Cena should have been there.
Yeah. This is one of those times where, I feel like, do you remember when Raw first got to Netflix, and there was always that Raw cut off, and then they kind of kept recording for an extra 5-10 minutes, and it was just kind of everybody's leaving and it's slowing down, and we're seeing everybody wave and all that stuff. This should have been that. As soon as he was done saying his piece, it should have cut off, basically signaling that we're closing the show. The show's done. The kayfabe is now done.
Yeah.
Because then you can bring out the Finn Balor's, and we get more than just a Instagram photo of him staring at AJ's stuff on the ground. Because they've been boys for years. Let them have that little moment on screen. We got it years ago with them getting to Too Sweet in the ring, but this is the last time they'll get to do it. Bless you. I will say though, so I want to be clear, we are looking at this through cynical eyes. We've been watching wrestling for years. Since I don't remember a time I wasn't watching wrestling. And so our good friend Christy, which I hope she has popped in at some point. I do want to shout her out because as a novice person, I got at least 7 voice messages of how much she hates how much she likes AJ Styles now because of how much she enjoyed the retirement segment. Because it is a good segment.
Okay,
I don't want to
so-
act like it's not a good segment, but it's just there's
it
more
wasn't.
we would have wanted out of it.
Yes, there's miles more they could have done with it. I will say, if Christy's like an AJ, we need to find some, like, send her the triple threat from TNA,
Yeah.
like an X Division match or two, like some of those. Send her some of those.
Mm,
His stuff with Cena was great. That match with Taker was great.
yeah.
With
well,
what
and
we were
then,
dealing with at the time, that cinematic match with Taker at Mania
Yeah.
was perfect.
well, and even to go back into the lexicon a little bit, my favorite thing that pops up on Twitter with him sometimes is when he laid into Jeff Hardy
Yeah.
after he came back from his unfortunate, situation at the pay-per-view of being blasted out of his mind, either with drugs or alcohol or whatever it was. And AJ just tears into him, and it looks like there is no script to this. They were just go in there and say what you got to say. And so he tore into him about, like, I have been here building this place for years, and you come in here and tear it down in one night.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, it's like,
Nothing he
Jesus.
said was incorrect.
Yeah. So no, he's
Was it
got
harsh?
some.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But no, he's got some great stuff out there. So absolutely, we can share some stuff with her, get her some more AJ Styles background. I will say, funny to me, we have heard about Wendy for years. Samoa Joe and that rivalry they had, where he called out Wendy, and he talked about, tell Wendy I said hi.
Daddy's coming
That
home.
stuff.
Yeah, that whole thing was
That whole thing. I've never seen Wendy though. And AJ's a short dude. And Wendy is barely up to his chest. Holy crap, she's short.
She is a tiny thing.
I thought it was one of the kids. But he's got some good looking kids though. He said, I think in the interview, that his girls are interested in being in wrestling, that the boys have not really shown any interest.
One girl.
So, one girl.
I don't know who. Yeah, he said one of his kids was homesick.
So that
But
was
yeah,
AJ. It was AJ, where he got his initials from.
Yeah.
AJ's home.
Like I said, it wasn't a bad segment. He said what he said. Taker put him in. It wasn't bad. I didn't like it. I wanted more.
You had a
You
best
had
pop out of a
opportunity
closet.
for more. Right, which we finally got Abyss on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
In that, I mean, it was you couldn't take the mop bucket out of the closet before you did this.
On a gaming front, I want to share this little tidbit of knowledge with you. So, this is the second time that someone has debuted in a video game before they showed up on WWE TV. So that's a fun little tidbit. The first time was Sting. Sting showed up in the video game as I think he was the pre-order, if I remember right. Before he showed up on actual television. Have you been seeing all the videos? Like 2K has killed it this year.
And that's nice. Have you seen the financial breakdowns?
Yeah.
I may not buy it.
So here's the financial breakdown of it, though. I want to make sure that we give the right information. So obviously they've made it a battle pass thing this year. If you do not plan on playing the game regularly, don't buy the bigger version. That is my recommendation. If you plan on playing it regularly, buy the bigger version. Because the more you play the game, the further you go in the battle passes. And the battle passes will be free. The season passes, I say in battle pass because that's what we're used to it being called. That's essentially what it is. The more you get in XP, the further you get in those season passes, the more stuff you get in the season pass. There is going to be a free tier of it, but the free tier of it seems to be nothing of consequence. It's like little things inside creative character and stuff like that. You won't get any of the new characters. You won't get any of the new stuff. If you do not get enough XP during that season pass, you lose it. It's gone. And that's why I'm saying that, because then you can go back and buy the season pass, but then you're paying more money than what you paid for the thing in the first place. So I think it broke down to like $499 or something like that.
Oh no, if you buy, depending on which version you buy, by the time it's all said and done, if you bought everything, you're spending almost $700.
That's right. It was like
I just can't.
something.
I can't.
Yeah.
I want to play it. I don't want to play it that badly.
Yeah. I'll be honest, just because I'm an idiot, I'm probably still going to buy the big version and hope I stay entertained enough to play it long enough to get all the stuff.
That's my concern, because we both got into this, and a few weeks in, we're like, okay, we're kind of done with this.
Yeah.
We kept doing it because it's what we were doing.
I will say the stuff I've seen them add, like I shared with you some of the details of GM mode, cool things that they've added to it that could make it more fun, because they want you to do a bigger roster, so they upped the money. It's $7 million now as the capper. The timer thing is still there, which I still think is a good thing. They've added new GMs to it, so there's going to be more of those things. Some of the things I didn't tell you that I found out later, the card shop, you can turn that feature off. So the only way you get cards is by like when
Completing
you level
tasks.
up. Yeah, completing task stuff, which I do like that. I like it's where you have to work hard to actually get the card. So that's also kind of a cool thing. To me, that would make it more fun to add AIs into it, because that one time we threw an AI in there, like we got hit with like 14 cards in the second week.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. But I do understand where you're coming from, though. I absolutely understand where you're coming from. Of like you have to be willing to grind through that shit if you're going to buy it. I'll grind through that shit to get, La Parka in the first season pass. They haven't named everybody that's going to be in the game yet. It's over 400 characters, and so obviously there's going to be some surprises in the upcoming seasons. I'll do it. I may hate the game by the time I'm done, but I'll do it.
I also don't know that I would, like, if I'm going to get it, I'm probably going to get the higher cost package.
Yeah.
Just because you get so much to start with. But if I don't get stuff, I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not going to continue to pour money into a game that I spent $100 and some odd to buy to begin with.
Yeah, I am kind of curious, like, because I do plan on buying the higher end. If we're doing GM mode together, and I finished the season 1 and you didn't. So season 1, if I saw right, had Iguana, had Heater, which I don't know who that is.
It's all AAA people.
Yeah, it's all AAA people. So you get those people. So say I get them and you don't. Do they not add to GM mode? Does it automatically filter those out because it's like you have them and she doesn't?
I don't know. I don't know how that all works.
I also don't understand. So I'd contemplated this year getting the PC version because of mods and such, and that could be more fun for solo play. But apparently, those still aren't cross with anything. Like all the next gens are cross with each other, but PC doesn't cross over. And they say, well, it's because of mods. Well, then just like you can set up essentially a firewall for that type of thing. Like firewall is a bad term for it because it's not what that actually is. But for anybody IT related, it's essentially the idea of like you can make it where it declines anything that's not native in the game. and you have people supposedly looking through those creations periodically that should be taking them out. Of course, then again, we see by all the, nakedness and stuff that shows up in the created characters from time to time. Probably doesn't happen that often.
Yeah. So, Big Mike, I agree. I saw Gallows and Anderson. I was happy about it.
And I was really
So-
happy that the first person they saw was Meechin.
Right.
That was
Finally
awesome.
got her back on TV. That's
Yeah,
another one that I feel like would benefit from leaving.
Well, from my understanding, she was injured. That's why they had her out.
Okay.
She got injured, and then right after that, they tried to put BFAB in that place, and then BFAB got injured right after that. It is kind of snake bitten, and so that is one thing we can talk about just real quick if you want to throw that out there too. We talked a little bit about house shows the last time you and I were together, and I think this proves Vinny over at Suds said this in a tweet. This is why we need to bring back house shows. Because that, I hate to say it, but that callous of doing this over and over and over and over and over again, and the repetition of doing it over and over again to do it the right way, I think helps. Like, I don't want them to do, 351 days a year, but throwing out a couple of house shows on the weeks, maybe do, 2 house shows before the show that you're doing or something. If you're a SmackDown talent, you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you get the rest of the week off. Something like I love the fact that they're trying to help people have a family and help people be home more.
You have a deep enough roster that you could have 2 weeks of these people. You could literally have a rotating 2 weeks of people on the road. Like, this group was on the road weeks 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, these people join them, and these people go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could just have a continual overlay of people. You could test out some of these things that are just absolute trash on TV. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I've never had a WrestleMania that I could not give a shit about as much as I do this one.
Currently, I don't disagree. I can't fight that because the only thing that's there is 2 matches. That's the only thing we know.
I want to be excited about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's WrestleMania. It is the big dog. But is it anymore?
Yeah. You haven't given us any reason to watch at this point.
I think the move to Vegas took the shine off. The move back to Vegas.
Yeah. I think that could be part of it because obviously like a big thing is getting to go to different locales. Of course, I also think there's some things that they did that were just dirty. Because they've already said like they're not going to allow local bars and local restaurants to stream it, which is dumb. If they pay for the service and they pay for the thing, that you can't. There's got to be something against that. You can't tell them not to broadcast it if they paid for it. Like that's nuts. But it's it has lost a lot of its luster. So I do hope that. One, we hear more soon about what's going to happen at WrestleMania, but hopefully you can get us a little more like excited for it because I'm just not this year so far. Like one of the big things that they're pushing for right now is they're pushing the idea of, well, everybody wants to see the main event, and even Punk last night like yelled about like, and I'm the fucking main event of WrestleMania. But last year, you already said you were the main event. Like, you said that you having the main event in night 1 was enough, that you had the main event. So now that's not enough? Now that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, let's go ahead and close this out. Make sure to smash that like, hit that subscribe, and follow everywhere. You can join us at the Gimmick Table Media Discord, which is right over there. If you're on... Yeah, no, never mind. I forgot I fixed TikTok. TikTok sees it too. So there it is right there. Go to that QR code. You can catch us there. You can play along with joysticks and dropkicks that we do on Thursdays, and you can chat with all of our wonderful creators and fellow fans, who love this madness as much as you do. So catch everybody there. As far as the last pop, the Kayla Braxton story isn't just about one Hall of Fame plaque. It's about what the Hall of Fame presents. When you start debating whether someone belongs because of politics, business ties, controversy, or performance, you're really debating the values of the space itself. Wrestling has fans and performers from every race, every ethnicity, every background, every belief system. The question becomes, is it about in-ring legacy or is it about messaging? Because the Hall of Fame isn't just a trophy case, it's a statement. These are the people that we are putting the machine behind, in order to tout how big we are and how good we are and how good the person is. And if wrestling truly is for everyone, then the spaces we celebrate should reflect that. We can argue performance all day long, but we can't ignore perception. So if we're serious about building an industry that welcomes all identities and communities, then we have to be honest about what and who we choose to elevate in that. So I hope WWE takes a minute to think on that. Anyway, that does that for us. In the meantime, and in between time, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. We stand together with pride worldwide.